Okay, so, he's always around when something cool is happening. And he knows literally everything about me. Like, everything. Oh, and his jokes are hilarious. Mostly about me, but still.
Does he show up when things aren't cool?
I mean, he's pretty busy.
Today we're looking at 5 things only fake friends do, and the psychology behind why they're so incredibly hard to spot. Thing 1. They show up when it benefits them. A real friend shows up for the ordinary moments, the boring Tuesday, the bad week, the nothing is happening day. A fake friend has a different calculation running in the background. What do I get out of this? Psychologists call this transactional friendship. It looks like closeness. It has all the surface features of a real bond, but the underlying logic is purely self-serving.
So they're not actually there for you? They're there for the situation.
Exactly. And the telltale sign is the pattern. Not one absence, the pattern. Real friends have bad timing sometimes. Fake friends are consistently unavailable the moment the fun runs out. Pay attention to who vanishes when your life gets quiet. That list tells you more than any conversation ever could.
That's kind of a depressing list to make.
It's also a very useful one. And here's the thing. Most people already have a name in their head right now. Not because they want to believe the worst, but because somewhere they already noticed the pattern. They just haven't let themselves call it what it is yet. Thing 2 is more painful because it comes dressed as concern. Thing 2 is they celebrate your failures more than your wins. When something goes wrong for you, they're suddenly very present, very engaged, full of opinions. I knew that wouldn't work. You should have listened to me. I saw this coming. But when something goes right, the energy drops. The response is flat. The subject changes quickly.
Why would someone actually want their friend to fail?
Envy. But envy that's been disguised, even from themselves, as concern. Psychologists call this malicious envy. It doesn't feel like jealousy from the inside. It feels like being realistic, being honest, being the only person brave enough to tell you the truth. But the truth is, someone who genuinely wants good things for you cannot be more energized by your lows than your highs.
That's a weird kind of friendship.
It's not friendship at all. And what makes it so hard to call out is that it doesn't look like envy. It looks like a friend who's just being careful for you, who's grounded, who doesn't get swept up in hype. But watch the energy. Energy doesn't lie. Thing 3 is where it gets personal. Thing 3. They know your secrets and use them. Sharing something personal with a friend is an act of trust. You're handing them something vulnerable and saying, I believe you'll protect this. A real friend holds it carefully. A fake friend files it away. Not consciously, maybe, but the information gets stored, and eventually it gets used. In a joke that lands just a little too hard, in an argument that goes just a little too deep, in a story told to someone else.
How do you even know if that's what's happening?
Notice how your private information travels. Does it stay between you, or does it find its way back to you from other directions? Intimacy weaponized is one of the clearest signs of fake friendship because it reveals the fundamental problem. They never saw your vulnerability as something to protect. They saw it as leverage.
That actually makes me feel sick.
It should. Thing 4 is the sneakiest one on the list. Thing 4. They make you feel small, then call it a joke. The joke that wasn't quite a joke. The comment that had just enough edge to sting, but came wrapped in enough laughter that calling it out felt like overreacting. Psychologists call this plausible deniability. The put-down lands, the damage is done, and then the escape route appears. You're so sensitive. It was just banter. Can't you take a joke?
So they get to hurt you and then make you feel bad for being hurt?
That's the design. And the target is almost always something you're already insecure about. Because a fake friend pays attention, not to support you, but to know exactly where to aim. A real friend's jokes make you feel included. A fake friend's jokes make you feel like the punchline. There's a difference, and you already know which one you've been feeling.
Yeah, I do.
Thing 5 is the one that makes everything else make sense. Thing 5. They disappear when you actually need them. You don't actually know if someone is your friend until something goes wrong. That's not cynicism, it's psychology. Proximity is easy. Loyalty is not. Anyone can be fun company when life is light. The question is who picks up the phone at 11 p.m.? Who checks in 2 weeks after the thing happened, not just the day of?
My friend always has a reason, though. He's busy or stressed or dealing with his own stuff.
Everyone is busy. Everyone is stressed. Everyone has their own stuff. Real friends show up anyway. Imperfectly, sometimes late, sometimes just with a message, but they show up. Consistent absence when you're struggling is not a personality quirk. It's information. And when you combine it with everything else on this list, the pattern becomes impossible to ignore.
I think I've been calling someone a best friend who doesn't actually act like one.
Most people have. And most people also feel guilty for even thinking it. Like noticing makes them disloyal. But recognizing what something is doesn't make you a bad friend. It makes you an honest one. That's what makes this so hard to talk about.
I came in talking about my best friend. Now I'm wondering if I've just been convenient.
Noticing that is not a small thing. Most people keep explaining it away for years.
How many of these did you see in someone you know? Or maybe someone you are? Drop the number in the comments. Because sometimes the most honest thing you can do is just say, yeah, I see it now.